Yo, what the heck is up, guys? It's your boy G Quiz,
And it's your boy T Dot Boogie.
and today we're back at it, man, bringing you those Week 4 picks for the 2023 NFL season. We got you straight up, we got you against the spread, but listen, we don't want you to think that Week 3 is dead. Let's go ahead and just scroll up and show you what we had going on here. Of course, we see a lot of red in the middle of the screen. We had a lot of weird upsets that just didn't make any sense. We really thought Tennessee was going to bust one and put Cleveland, but Cleveland really showed them who's boss and crushed them. Would we not win against the spread if Tennessee won?
Um, Wait, what? Did Tennessee win?
No, no, no. They lost. I'm sorry.
Oh, they lost.
Yeah, you're right. I'm an idiot. What am I even talking about? All right, see, and that's exactly why we're reviewing it with the homie. As you can see, a few highlights. Of course, this Denver at Miami game was absolute insanity, 70 points to 0. Buffalo really showed up. Seattle showed up. Arizona showed up and put a dunk by 13. Isn't that funny? That's what the spread was. By 13 points, put it on
Completely
the
reversed it.
Dallas Cowboys. That was awesome. And then, of course, our Monday night matchup, Cincinnati really bringing it home. The Rams, once again, covering in garbage time. We talked about that last week, how weird that is, that's been happening in the NFL, who is sponsored by sports books, but that's neither here nor there. Tyler definitely calling the under at 39. Someone didn't get fired. We sure?
I don't think so.
Positive? Yeah, I didn't hear any big things or anything, so I think you're right on that one, my guy. And of course, our Thursday night matchup, Detroit at Green Bay. Detroit by 1.5 probably wasn't high enough. I mean, they ended up winning by 17 or something. It was fucking
hmm
embarrassing. Boogie, is there anything that you took away from that Detroit game that really stood out to you, especially on a short
Just,
week?
just the fact that Detroit on a short week is scoring 30 points. It seems like Detroit has taken it upon themselves to become the new 30-point scorer in the NFL. That's just absolutely insane. Not where I've expected these Lions to be. Even a year or two ago.
Hmm.
Very impressive work by them. Of course, Green Bay. They kind of came back at the end a little bit, but there's just too many injuries on that side for them to be able to really put up much of a fight against an ascendant.
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree with you, man. The Lions are ascending. Of course, David Montgomery coming back has a lot to do with all of their success there, so we can't forget about that. He had 3 tuds
Right.
on the ground, I think like 34 points in fantasy, especially in my work league, but who's keeping track? It's not like I'm trying to win money. Um, I'll tell you this, though, man. Like, I'm on Ross St. Brown, like, absolutely incredible. Um, I'm just very, very impressed with everything this Lions team is doing, and I don't know. I'm excited for the future, man. It's gonna be really, really cool.
They're playing
Uh,
hard. They're playing swaggy. It's all very exciting.
yeah, dude, brand new Lions. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Brand new Lions. Let's get it. So, okay, first up, we start our international games in the UK. We've got the Atlanta Falcons at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Of course, the Jaguars are going to be the home team here. Even if they were visiting, they'd still be the home team they love. They're regulars over across the pond. Jacksonville is favored -3. Boogie, you want to throw us with some weather and injury reports here?
Absolutely. The Atlanta Falcons, Josh Ali, the wide receiver, is out with an ankle injury.
Mm-hmm.
On the Jaguars side, Antonio Johnson, the safety, Zay Jones, the wide receiver, and Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, are all out. Um, as for the weather, it's expected to be 72 degrees Fahrenheit with a 0% chance of precipitation at Wembley Stadium.
Hmm. Okay. Well,
Weather should not be an issue.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You want to jump on this one first, or would you like me to take the lead here, Bug?
Oh, I'd love to jump on this first. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they have two home stadiums. One's in Duval County and one's in Wembley Stadium in London.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know it's the first 4 weeks of the season and Jacksonville's favored -3 here, so you should take the road dog. But the Atlanta Falcons, I don't know what to make of this team. They're up 1 week, they're down another week. They look completely non-functional 1 week, and then they're running attack. I guess it's just the fact that they are so heavily predicated on a running attack. It really depends. It's so situational whether you're going to be able to take and hold a lead off of that. You need to get the ball first. You need to hit the ground running. And, Jacksonville's got to be pissed with their performance after the last couple of weeks, especially dropping the game against the Houston Texans.
God.
Texans should, Texans have, by the way, just nothing to fight for here since they've already given away their first round pick. So they may end up being spoiler in the AFC South this season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think Jacksonville comes back here and puts it on Atlanta. They're back at home in London. They're going to come in angry, and they're going to, hopefully they're going to be able to beat up on their little brother a little bit. What do you think,
Yeah.
Kate?
100%, man. I couldn't agree with you more. Jacksonville's really got to get the dub here. Look, Atlanta doesn't have a passing attack at all. It's absolutely embarrassing. You have Drake London out of USC. You've got Kyle Pitts, arguably one of the most athletic tight ends in the league, yet he's done nothing through 2 years. Drake London's done really nothing through 2 years. Maybe has like 5 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
8. You got to put the over under at 8 for being in the league for 2 years. It's stupid, man. Like, the Atlanta Falcons don't know how to throw the ball. Desmond Ridder is not it. Even as a big fan of the University of Cincinnati, like, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking taking Desmond Ridder. Like, I don't know. You make it to, you're the number 4 seed in the college football playoff, and then you get rolled by Alabama. So the thought process there is, yeah, okay. Yeah, hell yeah, let's take this guy. Let's make him the quarterback of our franchise. Like, that's fucking stupid. Atlanta has Bijan Robinson. Like, if they could even get like a fucking Brian Hoyer or like an AJ McCarron in there, like, the Falcons would take off and they would ascend in the NFC South. But from what I'm seeing right now, it's just fucking embarrassing, man. Their wings are getting clipped. Give me Jacksonville. Cats over birds.
Mm-hmm. They need to free up Jacoby Brissett from the Washington Commanders, get him on this sideline, and see what he can do. He's leading a very conservative attack. I think Jacoby has just enough to actually make this offense functional.
Yeah, 100%, man. We'll see though.
We'll see.
Next up, of course, we got Cincinnati at Tennessee. Hometown heroes. You know what I'm saying? Cincinnati minus 2.5. I'm going to take Cincinnati across the board. It's going to be pretty cut and dry, pretty easy. Tennessee cannot move the ball. Derrick Henry looks paltry. Ryan Tannehill looks even worse. They don't know how to throw. They don't know how to run. Tennessee doesn't really know what the fuck's going on, and they're not having fun. Give me Cincinnati. This is a pretty cut and dry, easy case here. But Boogie, would you like to go ahead and give us the injury reports here?
Certainly would love to. On the Bengals side, Charlie Jones is on IR, so our all-time punt returner is out for this game. Irv Smith also out for this game, so look for more Tanner
Imagine
Hudson
that
out there.
Signing another injury-prone tight end, like we didn't see that coming. It's our favorite thing to do.
Look for Chase Brown or Travian Williams to take the punt and the kick returns. As for the Titans, Traylon Burks is out, so that takes out another weapon in the passing game. Luke Gifford, the linebacker, Elijah Molden, the cornerback, and Peter Skoronski are all out.
Oh wow, the offensive tackle.
Yeah, that's a problem. As for the weather, clear, sunny, 82 degrees, 0% of precipitation. There should be no problem on the weather side. I just, these are two teams that really need to, they need to find a rhythm and get it going if they want to have any chance to save their season. And as far as I'm concerned, Burrow is only getting more healthy as he goes along. Knock on wood. The Titans look like they have completely lost their way. I think only when the expectations are off of them are the Titans going to be able to salvage this season in any way. But Vrabel's a winning coach, but I don't think he's going to win it today. This is a very advantageous line for the Cincinnati Bengals. I think they could easily win by a field goal, if not a touchdown. So I'm also going to take Cincinnati for a money line and against the spread here.
Yeah, and 100%. Like the big thing for Cincinnati is they have to score in the first half. We have not scored a touchdown in the first half all year.
Mm-hmm.
Tied with the New York Giants for that bullshit. Not a team you
Yeah,
want to be
that's
associated with in football. However, on the other side, two teams you definitely want to see throw at it. It just kind of stings that they're getting lost in this 1 o'clock sauce. We got the Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. Boogie,
the
thoughts, feelings, concerns going
so
into this week?
looking at the weather. They're playing in Buffalo, but it's a nice sunny 71 degrees, 0% precipitation. There will be a light breeze blowing diagonally across the field, but that should have no effect. Looks like Jalen Phillips, the linebacker, is out for the Dolphins. Teron Armstead, he's questionable, but he might be on his way back, and that's only going to continue to go to the favor of the Miami Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, for the Bills, Jordan Poyer, the safety, is out for the week. Everybody else is a full participant besides Tre'Davious White. Um, the Miami Dolphins just came off a 70 burger. Maybe they'll be tired after dropping that many points on the Broncos, but I think they actually will come into this game invigorated. Um,
Yeah.
what's the advantage of the Buffalo Bills is that they have a sterling record at home in front of their own home crowd. I think it's something like 20-4 against when they're at home, and I think they are 4-0 maybe in their last four matchups against Miami when they're at home. The conventional wisdom would say that they're going to split this series one each at
1 and
home,
1, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's
and
what I've been
it's
hearing
again
too.
it's an advantageous line to take the favorite here, but I'll go ahead and cite the rule that you should take the road dog uh, when it's -3 during the first 4 weeks. I'll take the team with momentum. I'll take the team with who's looked very dominant over these first 3 weeks over Bills, who have looked up and down. G.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Bills are coming into this scoring 30 plus points in their past two outings. Of course, you got to look at the teams they're playing. The Washington Commanders, you like, yikes. Okay, cool. You got, what, like 3 picks, and you had a fucking sack party like you were headed to White Castle or something. Like, I don't think that that's a good gauge of where we're at as a team. You also have a Bills team that rolled the Las Vegas Raiders. Another like situation where I don't think that's you becoming of a team that wants to ascend and wants to become this great team here. I'm going to take Miami. I think Miami's got it. I think McDaniel's got it. I think I got a booger hanging out of my nose, so I'm gonna run and grab some toilet paper real quick. Um, but yeah, give me Miami. Let's head
Okay.
Denver at Chicago. Go ahead and run it down, Boogie. I'll be back to make my pick, and let me know what you think. Okay.
All right, got you. All right, it's just me and you right now, homies. So the weather report for the Denver and Chicago game, it's 75 degrees, 0% chance of precipitation at Soldier Field. Light winds will blow diagonally across the field, but they shouldn't be an issue. As for the injury report, we're looking at Frank Clark continuing to be out. Josie Jewell, the linebacker, and Mike Purcell, the defensive tackle, are out for the Broncos. I don't know who those people are, so it probably won't have too much of an effect. Eddie Jackson continues to be out for the Bears. Jalen Johnson and Josh Blackwell, the cornerbacks, are also out for this game. This is just going to be probably the most unwatchable match of the week, and unfortunately, 90% of America gets it.
Yeah, a hundred
Only
percent.
only the West Coast gets a different game than this. They're really putting us through the goddamn ringer, having to watch this. What's bound to be um, just an embarrassing slog for both teams.
Mm-hmm.
Both 0-3. Denver is favored only because Chicago is just so tremendously
Bad.
bad
They are
right now.
so bad.
And it seems like their organization is in disarray with coaches resigning, with comments from their starter quarterback, imprecating how things are going up there. Chicago is in the running for the number one pick. Denver is also in the running for the number one pick. It's just problematic, man. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. Is
minus
this
3.5. It's just a weird line. Ah,
is this the fucking the race to the draft bowl that we got going on here?
I think so. Yeah, race to the number one pick. Um, God, it's just like it's nasty. Not
Look,
minus three
man,
and a half.
give me
I,
Cortland Sutton and Russell Wilson to have a connection. Give me Denver. I think Denver's gonna roll here. Chicago just looks so bad.
mhm.
It's unreal how bad Chicago looks. Their passing defense is absolutely terrible. They got 41-0 put up on them last week. Or no, I'm sorry. Did they kick a field goal? Maybe it was
uh,
41-3. I don't
Completely
know, bro.
forgettable.
But yeah, yeah, it was 100% forgettable. I mean, the fact that the only thing the NFL is talking about is Taylor Swift being at a game. Who fucking cares, by the way? And secondly, that's all they could talk about because the Chiefs were just rolling. They fucking rolled Chicago. I know it was 41 something, which is absolutely embarrassing, especially
Hmm.
when you're not getting into double digits and especially when you're not being competitive. Um,
Yeah, they barely made it to double digits. That was probably off a garbage time field goal. It was a 41-10 game.
41 to
You know,
10. Heard. That's still embarrassing because it was probably
yeah.
after they probably pulled starters at some point because there's no reason why.
Oh yeah, like
I'm like, what are we
I think it
doing
was
here?
8 left in the third quarter that Patrick Mahomes got pulled. So,
Yeah.
it was like 35-0 at halftime. Yeah, very embarrassing. I'll take Denver as well, if only because the Bears are just
So bad, dude.
they're in the basement, man. They're just getting their ass whooped by themselves, I guess, by
Yeah.
their decisions over the past several years.
And I mean, it really looks like Justin Fields is about to get replaced by Caleb Williams.
If Caleb Williams wants to come to that organization, he said he'll reclassify into the next year if he doesn't like, the place he would go if he was
Really?
picked number
Is
one
that a
overall.
thing?
That is he has stated that publicly,
Hmm.
that he has no problem taking a senior year at USC, if
Just
it
get.
doesn't look like he's going to go to a good team.
I
Which,
mean, you're not gonna go, bro. You're the number one pick. You're not gonna go to a good team. What does that even mean? What you think the Kansas City Chiefs or like the Cincinnati Bengals or somebody is just gonna be or fucking the Buffalo Bills or Miami? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, those are really great teams. It's too bad they don't have the number one pick. Like that. That's not how the sport works. The best
yeah.
players go to the worst teams. Holy shit, you fell out of focus. That is hilarious. Um,
Wow. Hey,
there
hey,
you go. You're
yo.
back. You're
There we
back.
go.
That was funny. Um, yeah, dude. I don't know, man. We'll see about that. Another thing we're gonna have to see about is the Baltimore Ravens, who are at the Cleveland Browns. This is a classic AFC North grind them out slugfest. Of course, Cleveland riding high. Deshaun looking great, but he might be out with a shoulder injury. Um, Tyler, would you mind breaking it down for me real quick before we get into this one?
I'd love to, because this looks completely incomprehensible. The Baltimore Ravens not being favored, but I see here that Rashad Bateman and Odell Beckham Jr. are going to be out for this game, as well as Marlon Humphrey,
Hmm.
David Ojabo, and Odafe Owe. The linebackers will both be out as well. Ronnie Stanley is questionable, which that's the left tackle.
Yeah.
That'll give Miles Garrett or Zadarius Smith free reign to go at the quarterback.
Hmm.
Marcus Williams is questionable. Tyler Linderbaum, the center, is questionable. Justice Hill, the running back, is questionable. Kyle Hamilton, the safety, is questionable. This is the injury bug had a big bite here. Meanwhile, on the Cleveland Browns side, Deshaun Watson is questionable with a right shoulder injury. He was limited participation on Friday. As for people who did not participate in practice on Friday, that would be Zadarius Smith, Miles Garrett, and Amari Cooper. I imagine um, that was veterans rest days. Meanwhile, in the weather report, clear 73 degrees, 1% chance of precipitation. Weather will not have a significant impact on this game. G, do you want
Yeah.
to talk about this real quick?
Yeah. I got it, man. Listen, I trust this Cleveland defense that has shown time and time again that they are supreme, bro. Holy shit. They really just had their way with the Titans. They had their way with the Bengals. They had, they were playing lights out against the Pittsburgh Steelers before Deshaun Watson kind of like lost whatever was going on in his head. Kind of lost his train of thought there. This Cleveland
Mhm.
defense is the real deal, dude. It's probably one of the best defenses in the league, let alone the best defense in the AFC North, in my opinion. Um, but can they get to Lamar? We saw that, right? Of course, we have Trace Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard, and we were, you know, blitzing off the sides, but he just steps up and steps through, and he's very dynamic with his legs. Is that going to have an effect? I mean, it could, right? If you had receivers to throw to, of course, he's got a security blanket in Mark Andrews, and Zay Flowers is having an incredible rookie year. Shit, man. Like, if we're talking about that, I don't know. I trust this Cleveland defense. I don't know what we see if Deshaun Watson doesn't go on Sunday. Then I have Baltimore, but it's pretty shitty that we have no idea. And we're picking on a Saturday. So give me the Browns. I'll take Cleveland here at home. This feels like one they're going to split. So give me Cleveland at home. Give me a well rested Ravens later in the year.
Yeah,
But I got
hopefully the injury bug will subside by then.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's going to get cold, and bugs don't really last in the winter. So we'll see if that
Right.
bug dies off. However, again, I just got to rest on the laurels of this Cleveland Browns defense that is playing lights out and playing out of their mind. So that's who I'm going to go with. Boogie.
Yeah, we can't forget that Baltimore just dropped a game against the Indianapolis Colts. They who are rebuilding right now,
Mm-hmm.
in a game where, as one of the announcers said, everything happened within the last 2 minutes, and then they both teams just grinded it out for nearly the entire overtime period,
Yeah,
just so
yeah.
Indianapolis could kick a
Mhm.
field goal.
Yeah, I watched that game. It was just wild. Like Lamar looked like he couldn't do anything anymore.
Yeah,
It was
it's
it was really weird.
it's troubling. It's his running backs are injured, his tackle is injured, his wide receivers are not there for him. He can't throw all day to just Zay Jones and Mark Andrews. Um,
Zay
you know,
Flowers.
I was Zay Flowers, excuse me. Um, I, I just figure that he doesn't have the horses to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Either he's going to have to dump off to whatever running back is available to him, or he's going to be able to take shots to Zay Flowers at some point in the game. But
Mhm.
I think the opportunities are going to be far and few between for him to be able to matriculate the ball down the field against this Cleveland defense. I think you're correct. I mean, series splits are extremely common within the division. I'll take Cleveland here. I'll take the -2. They win by a field goal. I'm happy, but there's a reason why the total for this game is 39.5. This is going to be another AFC North slugfest.
Yeah, 100%, bro. You want to talk about a slugfest? How about Watt coming home to play in front of his brother JJ, who is being celebrated for everything that he's accomplished as a Houston Texan. Pittsburgh at Houston. Pittsburgh favored -3. Boog, you want to give us the rundown here?
I'd love to. Looks like for the Steelers, James Daniel, the guard, is out, and
Mm-hmm.
Presley Harvin, the punter, is out. Brad Wing will be punting for the Steelers this game.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, sorry,
I just said interesting. It's weird.
yeah,
You don't usually hear that.
yeah. Presley had a hamstring pull. I mean, the guy's like 265 pounds. I imagine there was going to come some point in the season when he's going to have a hamstring pull. I pull my hamstrings every goddamn day. Um, as for the Texans, it looks like looks like Josh Jones, the guard, is out. Denzel
uh,
Perryman is out.
yeah.
Tavir Thomas is out. Laramie
Right.
Tunsil is also out.
Damn.
So, and Michael Dieter, the center, is questionable. So the line is somewhat compromised. They're not going to have as many bodies out there. Um, I mean, Houston did just put up 37 on Jacksonville, right? They do they have the horses at home to? Oh, by the way, the dome. Weather's not going to matter. Do they have the horses to make it happen against this Pittsburgh offense? That's kind of I mean, it's looked shaky for these first 3 weeks, and I don't see that shakiness going away. What do you think, G?
Nah, man. Give
Make of
me
this.
give me Pittsburgh here. Give me a TJ Watt to have like 3 or 4 sacks. Um,
Hmm.
it's gonna be a Watt party, bro. The Watts are gonna be up. It's gonna be electric in there. Okay.
Right.
I'm just gonna take
You can.
Pittsburgh, dude. Like Houston has to prove it to me. Okay. CJ Stroud, was rookie of the month for
Mhm.
September. Of course, he's top 5 in passing this season. But the thing is that yes, they beat Jacksonville, okay, who we think is a good team. However, that's also in division. So how much of that has to do with new looks on offense, defense, knowing what Jacksonville was going to do, just looking at the years previous. It's there's a lot there. This is not in division, so it's not going to be as close in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, I I just think Pittsburgh's going to win here, man. They're riding high. They beat Las Vegas. They really rolled Las Vegas. Um, and I think Las Vegas is a better team than Houston overall. However, Tank Dell's just playing out of his mind, dude. CJ Stroud is, dropping dimes all over the field. He's throwing very well. He's seen the field very well, but he's not running out of the pocket. And I don't believe that he's faced the kind of pass rushes we're going to see in a Defensive Player of the Year candidate as TJ Watt. So that is my thoughts, feelings, concerns there. What are you thinking there, bud?
What I can't discount is the fact that the AFC South maybe has the most like just weird matchup things that happen. Like, for instance, the Indianapolis Colts whenever they play against the Houston Texans. It used to be what's his face? Oh my God, I forget his name. T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton would always have like 250 yards against the Texans. It feels like the Texans, no matter how bad they are, always put up numbers against the Jaguars. It feels like
Always,
the AFC South has
always.
the most like weird curses or weird like matchup mayhems that happen
Mhm.
in division. Yeah, I mean, the Las Vegas Raiders are more of they're more of a veteran team. They have more known pieces,
Mhm.
known things. This is tough for me to pick because I want to pick the home team and I want to pick, CJ Stroud, who continues not to have an interception and is the only rookie quarterback left who doesn't have an interception. And meanwhile, Kenny Pickett still doesn't look like he knows how to stop
Running
picking it.
offense. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't.
The fact that the second year player knows how to run offense better than or doesn't know how to run offense better than the rookie quarterback is concerning. However,
Mhm.
you are correct. I can't forget the fact that they have an absolutely stacked defensive line.
They do, man.
Second best in the
High
division.
tower. Why?
Yeah, top ten in the NFL for sure. So I think I'll take Pittsburgh here. I don't know if they'll handle them, but it may be like I don't know, like a 24-17 kind of game.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be low scoring for sure. I definitely hammer the under unless it's in the mid 30s.
Yeah, we're sitting at 42 in most books. You definitely want
42.
to hit
It's 21 to
41's an
21. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
41's an important number. You don't, if you think it's going to be a low scoring affair, you definitely take the under on 42. I don't remember what the important numbers are for totals. Let me look at that while you please introduce the next game.
Yeah,
The
100%, man. Of
important
course, we're continuing with the Bankrupt Bowl part dose. We've got the Minnesota Vikings, who the football gods have squandered at the Carolina Panthers, who had a hell of a showing last week. Adam Thielen, 100 catches. Wow, that'd have been crazy. With 11 receptions, 135 yards.
numbers.
Looking like he really wants to be a part of this rebuild. Of course, that's Andy Dalton, the veteran quarterback, throwing to a veteran receiver. You expect to see things like that. Bryce Young is expected to play. As far as I am informed. Of course, we'll get the kickback from Boogie here, but Minnesota is favored -4. I think it should be a lot more. I think Minnesota finally stops kicking themselves in the feet and they get their first win of the season. You have to, right? Kirk Cousins is on pace for 6,000 yards and an 0-17 record. That would be absolute insanity. It just sounds retarded out loud, but that's what we're trending towards right now because he has the most pass yards in the league through the first 4 weeks. It's just insane, which I think he's got like 1,300 or something. Um,
Yeah.
it's nuts. It's nuts. And no dubs, right? He's throwing for
Yeah.
like 340 a game. He's got, no
Can't pull out a
wins.
win.
It just doesn't make any sense. Cam Akers is probably going to have a bigger impact because Madison is not the answer at running back. I could see Cam Akers, coming in again, that offensive coordinator from the Los Angeles Rams, a team that spent some time with Cam Akers there in LA under Sean McVay. I think Minnesota's going to roll here. I think Bryce Young has another rookie quarterback game. It's his first game after injury. We don't know how he's going to react. We do know that he's not going to throw the ball like Andy Dalton does, even though we may hate on Andy Dalton from time to time. He's still a good, he's a very good quarterback. Okay, so
Yeah.
when you're seeing how this offense is supposed to work, as Carolina was moving the ball last week and actually, just gonna sound crazy, scoring points, we saw. Okay, Hayden Hurst looked good. Adam Thielen looked even better, and they were just moving the ball. They looked really, really good. I just don't think Bryce Young has that kind of command over the offense. Um, give me Minnesota here across the board, easy in against the spread. I think they win by 10. I still think they're gonna fuck up and do some dumb shit because that's classic Minnesota.
Mhm.
Yeah, give me by 10.
Gotcha.
Boogie.
So just going back for one moment, as far as totals go, 41 and 44 are important numbers. Since 42 is closer to 41, I'd say take the under on that one. As far as the injuries for this week, the Vikings are the Lewis Cine, the safety is out. And Garrett Bradbury, the center, is questionable for the game. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, Xavier Woods is out. And Bryce Young was a full participant in practice on Friday. Um, for the weather report, clear 70. It's a beautiful day across the NFL for football.
Mm-hmm.
75, 0% chance for precipitation. Weather will have a minimal impact, if any. Um, the Minnesota Vikings, in order to win this game, all they have to do is avoid a one score situation because last year they were something like 9-1 or 10-0 in those kind of situations, and
Yeah,
this year
10
they're
no.
heavily
0.
regressing to the mean. They are 0-3 in one score games this year.
Yeah, they sure
So
are. It also happens to be their record,
it is.
But that
Yeah,
has a lot
absolutely.
to do with them fumbling the ball, throwing bad
Mhm.
interceptions, bad penalties. It's just like they can't get out of their own way, man.
Yeah, just making poor mistakes across the board. I think against the Carolina Panthers, this is a team that's rife for a get right opportunity. Um, -4 is a bit of a weird line, but again, as long as they avoid the one score nightmare, I think the Minnesota Vikings win here. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll take them. I'll take them coming and going as well.
100%. All right, man. We've got our first even of the year. The Los Angeles Rams at the Indianapolis Colts. No one is favored at all. No one knows what the hell is going to happen. Just give you my 2 cents. Los Angeles Rams coming off of a short week after Matthew Stafford just got absolutely pounded by the Cincinnati Bengals defense. Put him on the
Mhm.
turf, I think 10 plus times. We got 6 sacks, but he was hit a lot. Puka Nakua, Tutu Atwell really looking to have bounce back games because they did not look good. And Kyron Williams did not look good. Now, we have an Indiana team that is surging, especially with the play of their rookie quarterback sensation, Anthony Richardson, who is just having himself a year, took himself out, self-diagnosed concussion last week. So he didn't play against the Ravens. Gardner Minshew, of course, came in and got it done, barely at that. However, uh, you know, Richardson is so dynamic. He had 2 tuds on the ground 2 weeks ago before he took himself out of the game. He probably would have had more. He was on a historic pace. I really like Indiana at home here. I really like everything that they're doing. Are the Rams have something to prove, and of course you got Aaron Donald, so you can't count him out on the defensive end. It's just I don't know how you stop a dynamic offense like Indianapolis, especially with that quarterback there. It's still early enough in the season where nobody has any tape on the guy, so they just don't really know the best means to attack. If this were like week 12 or 13, give me the Rams because, McVay could sit there and just watch tape, all week about this guy. But because it's still early in the year, because we don't know what Indianapolis is, and respectfully, I don't know what the Rams are, give me Indiana in a super close, probably 3-point game, much like we saw in Cincinnati. I could see them, Indiana going up, and then the Rams being like, "Oh, we're just gonna," but it's even, so they can't cover,
Yep.
do they tie? Would that be the?
Oh my God.
I mean,
That's the push, baby.
I don't
They take
know.
it
I
to
don't know.
overtime and tie.
I don't know um, how you even begin to quantify like betting on this game. Um, but I'll tell you who I'm taking straight up, Indiana, and I guess like the spread, it doesn't matter, right? Or does it? I don't understand. And even is it just whoever wins is the spread? Is that how that
Yes,
works?
I
Okay,
think
so
so. Yeah.
heard. All right. Well,
And if it's a tie, it's a tie. We'll figure that out later.
yeah,
And we'll also curse Sean McVay for for his wily ways.
yeah, 100%. I'll definitely take Zach Moss. Running really, really hard this year. $120 last week against a stout Patrick Queen led
Hmm.
linebacking core for the Baltimore Ravens, and I will take Anthony Richardson to just make some crazy running plays because why not? Give me Indiana. They're just more fun. I think they got more going on, especially at home.
Yeah. So for the injury report, we're looking at Tyler Higbee is questionable with a Achilles injury, which is
Achilles, yeah, he's out.
going to
No,
take away
no
his
way,
explosiveness.
no way,
Yeah,
he's
he's
out.
not going to
There's
get a
no
lot
way
of
you
play.
play. Yeah,
Ben Skoranek also with an Achilles injury. That
Jesus.
takes away from the receiver depth. That's a favorite target out of the slot for I was about to call him Matthew Stafford. And John Johnson and Alaric Jackson are both questionable. John Johnson has a face injury, whatever that means.
a, a
Meanwhile,
face.
on
He's on the
face,
depth chart with a face this week, bug. Like, what does that even mean?
who
Like, I
knows?
don't
Who
know.
knows?
Okay.
As far as the Colts go, Ryan Kelly, the center, is out with a concussion. Bernard Raymond is out with a concussion. He's a tackle.
That's
But
not good though.
Anthony Richardson's full participation, full go. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
concussions happening around the Colts organization. Is there something they need to do? Do they need to upgrade the helmets?
I don't know, but that genuinely concerns me, given um, that Aaron Donald usually lines up over the tackle in the center, and if they're backups, he's going to be coming hard for it. I hope they have a game plan for that. Yikes!
Yeah, normally they'd be running
Yikes!
that Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly double team on
Mhm. I
on
mean,
Aaron Donald, and
they
hopefully
they still
taking care of him.
could. I just see a lot of holding penalties this game, man. Like I can see the yellow, and not just because the Rams are blue and yellow, but I see a lot of yellow, a lot of
But
holding penalties.
I see Anthony Richardson being able to roll out quickly, being able to
I agree
take
with that.
quarterback designed runs. He should be able to he should be able to stop the verticality that Aaron Donald can get with
Yeah.
penetrating the pocket up front. Um, yeah, man. I mean, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Matthew Stafford got hit a lot on a short week. He's
Mhm.
35 years old. He wasn't putting a lot of zip on the ball, against the Bengals, and I don't think the short rest is going to do him any favors getting the zip back in the ball.
Especially having to travel, right? Because we talked about this with New Orleans, who ended up losing that game. I think they would have won had Derek
Hmm.
Carr stayed, but um, yeah, I mean, you got to travel home, get
Yeah,
right, practice, get on a plane, and then travel back. It's just a lot. It's a lot to ask of anybody.
absolutely. Yeah, the Rams the Rams got it coming and going. They're coming right back to the Midwest. I would hope for their sake they would found some high school or sympathetic university that would let them travel or let them practice in the Midwest, but likely not. in either state.
That's a men's
Um,
league, bro. They don't do that shit. They're like, bro, we're talking about billionaires here. They're just gonna fly him back and forth. Like they'd
it's
rather,
exhausting though. It's so bad
yeah,
for your
that,
recovery.
yeah. I mean, of course it is, but that's it's the league we play in, right? I mean,
Absolutely. Indianapolis Colts got to well, they didn't stay home, but they were in Baltimore, so they could. It's a little easier to rest on a bus than it is on a plane. I'm going to take Indianapolis here as well. There's I don't need to mince my words. I think, as you say, they are a more fun team. They've got it going on in the run game. The Los Angeles Rams, very creative. Sean McVay and Mike McDaniel, both both innovating on the concept of the receiver running across the formation. Instead, they're having receivers run from in tight um, to the outside of another receiver, creating a lot of natural pick opportunities and
mhm.
confusing the safeties on their assignments. Um, that's a new little wrinkle to their offenses that's very powerful and pointed out, I think, by uh, Dan Orlovsky last week or somebody. I don't know. Anyway, um, just wanted to highlight that. But yeah, I think the Colts just get them.
Yeah, 100%, man. And another team is that's gonna get got, in my opinion, is the New Orleans Saints, who are hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. New Orleans is favored -3.5, but I have no idea why. That doesn't make any sense. They have a backup quarterback in famous Jameis. Um, Much like Blake Bortles, just loves throwing interceptions. I don't really know why are they favored. What's the injury report look like?
So for the Buccaneers, it looks like Jamil Dean, cornerback, Servocia Dennis, linebacker, Kalisha Cansey, defensive tackle,
Oh, Kalijah
Derek
Kancey.
Pitts,
Yeah.
the cornerback, are all out. Vita
Okay.
Vea is questionable. Devin White is questionable. Both had limited participation on Friday. It looks like their entire goddamn defense is out right now or questionable, all with limited participation in practice.
For
So it's
Tampa
looking like the
Bay?
defense, yeah, for Tampa Bay, defense is decimated right now. Meanwhile, on the Saints side, Derek Carr is questionable, but it's a right shoulder injury, limited practice on Friday. I will bet he's questionable right up until game time.
Oh, he's not
Uh,
playing. He's got a what? He's quite he practiced
yeah, limited participation in practice. Now, what that means in reality, if he just took some throws in the public period and
and
then
was like,
drove away on the gator afterward,
yeah,
yeah,
I don't.
it's a great question. Famous Jameis, he got LASIK a few years ago, so he'll be a little bit better in relief. Might be one of the better backups in the NFL, but he's prone to mistakes. As far as the other players, Adebo, the cornerback, Foster Moreau, the tight end, Cesar Ruiz, and Jordan Howden are all out for the Saints. Um, I think the Saints are only favored because they're at home and they get another half point because the Tampa Bay defense is absolutely destroyed right now. Yeah, I'm also making faces at the computer screen right now.
I don't.
I'll
I don't
God,
know. I mean, what?
they played to a 1 point game against a Green Bay Packers team that's also decimated with injuries. Um, so favoring them this much, I know they're
Nah,
at
nah, nah.
home, but
I'm not gonna overthink this. Give me Tampa Bay. I like Baker
yeah,
Mayfield. What he's doing with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. I like the running
yeah,
back White. I like the way that everybody's playing right now. Give
I think they're
me
gonna. Yeah, they were playing against one of the best teams in the NFL. They'll probably one of the best defenses in the NFL as well last week. New Orleans is not mighty like that anymore. Do I want to take Carr and Jameis over Baker Mayfield and a destroyed defense?
Carr is not playing. I don't care who you are. Like
Hmm.
he's not playing.
It-
Like if Derek Carr plays, then I think they win. But he's not.
mhm.
There's no way. There's no way. You left the game last week with a shoulder injury. You're not
Yeah,
just gonna miraculously come back and be like, this is it, or we're gonna see a Cam Newton thing where he's not getting any zip on the ball, he's not throwing it well. Like
hmm
it's
I'm
not it, bro.
for parity's sake and for the fact that Tampa Bay's defense is completely destroyed right now. I'll
Okay.
take New Orleans. But we'll see. I may come to regret this decision, and I may bet differently on my betting app of choice.
Heard that. Heard that. No doubt. No doubt. Yo, I tell you what a safe bet is for you there, Boogie. It's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles who are hosting the Washington Commanders. Philly's favored -9, and I think that is prime time fine. Give me Philadelphia across the board. This is easy for me. Um, Washington just looks weak. Philadelphia is surging. I think they're gonna be 4-0 here. It's just that's just easy. You got
Hmm.
anything more to say about that, Bug?
Let me just throw this out here. Chris Rodriguez out for the Commanders. Sidney Brown and Quez Watkins out for the Eagles. Clear, sunny blue skies. Here to witness a Philadelphia win. This is going to be easy peasy. I don't care that it's in division. I think Philadelphia can win by 17 um, against this Washington team. The only area of concern is if Washington's defensive line can get after Jalen Hurts, but I think they're too multiple on offense for that to happen.
Yeah,
So
but I mean,
Philadelphia.
you got to then talk about Philadelphia's defensive line, which is just an absolute monster. It's a nightmare for anybody who's playing O line here.
Scary hours.
Yeah, scary hours indeed. Okay, next up in our 4 o'clock hour, of course, we got the Las Vegas Raiders. That did not work well. At the Los Angeles Chargers, who are growing, much like the hair of a chia pet behind
That's right.
an ascending performance from Justin Herbert. Of course, this guy's probably an alchemist because they always have to use the rule of equivalent exchange. They lose Mike Williams for the season with an ACL. However, Keenan Allen then goes off for 42 plus fantasy points, throwing a touchdown. I mean, Justin Herbert's would have had 500 yards, if he would have thrown that ball.
Impressive stuff all around.
Give me the Chargers here, man. I mean, Las Vegas looks lost. Josh Jacobs is not running well. Devontae Adams will have another 170 yards. Is Garoppolo out of the concussion protocol? Is he expected to play?
So let me throw it all down for you. Curtis Bolton out. Max Crosby and Jimmy Garoppolo are both questionable. Jimmy is limited participation in practice on Friday, so it's just I don't know if he's out of the concussion protocol. If not, I don't even know who their backup is.
Exactly.
Yeah, as far as the Chargers go, Eckler is still doubtful. Derwin James is doubtful. Corey Linsley, the center, is out for the game, and JT Woods is out for the game as well with an illness. You know, it sucks that Williams is out. They definitely tried to build that offense around his talents, his ability to get 50-50 balls, his pretty great athleticism for a guy who's 6'4". But I will take the Chargers here as well. I think this Las Vegas Raiders team has too many distractions with the ongoing Chandler Jones debacle. Got himself arrested after violating a protective order an hour after the protective order was put into place. Things are not looking good for that young man, or that man who's the same age as me. I hope he gets the help he needs. Hope he gets the help he wants. Anyhow, I don't give a shit about Josh McDaniels. I don't give a shit about these Las Vegas Raiders. They're garbage. They're an unserious team, and I think the Chargers, for all the allegations of unserious, I think they're a little more serious.
Yeah, 100%, man. I couldn't agree with you more. Of course, we've got a revenge game for Zeke, possibly, as the New England Patriots head to Dallas to face the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys. All right, Concussion Sports. Shout out to you. Yo, let's talk about Dallas here real quick. Coming off an embarrassing loss last week, they just got out physicaled. Okay, that seems to be the way to beat Dallas. Cardinals may have something going here, but again, it was only week 3, man. So let's not overreact here. Dallas is still the better team, in my opinion. New England is going to have great defense, like really great defense schemes, that may work in Belichick's favor. However, New England just sucks, man. Like, they're not good this year.
Yeah.
That's my professional take, is they suck this year. And that's okay. Like, New England has been great for generations, man. So we're good. We're good on New England. Give me Dallas here. This just feels too easy. They're in Jerry World. New England's got to travel. -6. Yeah, give it to me. I think we got a bounce back game here. I think they win by 10. I don't think it's going to be, a blowout like 40-0. I think it'll be like 24-14, something where you're just kind of like, damn, what is Dallas doing? Like, what the fuck's going on here?
Mm.
Expect to see a more sound defensive scheme for Dallas, especially like when you lose, you lost Trayvon Diggs on a Thursday or Friday. That's kind of hard to just be like, oh, we're gonna, wrap it up here, and we'll just plug and play. That's not really how like an install works in the league. We know that now.
Yeah.
So definitely give me Dallas here. I feel like they're gonna play a lot more sound. I just feel like Mac Jones is not it, man. And good luck, Boogie.
Goodbye and good luck. Yeah, the Patriots, I'm not going to even read off their injury report because it's all probably horse shit. Tyron Smith, the tackle, is out for the Cowboys. Their center is questionable, and Zach Martin, the guard, is also questionable. Both limited participation in practice. So that line is a little banged up right now. They're closing the dome today, or not today, tomorrow for the hot weather. So weather should not have an impact. Um, I think Dallas definitely got exposed as a paper tiger. They were. That +60 scoring differential got exposed for what it was. If nothing else, Arizona does not have functional pieces on offense that can get you consistent results week after week. But there is, despite his just absolutely the anti-charismatic coach over there, Jonathan Gannon, he's doing something with that defense that's making them jump off the damn page. I know Bill Belichick is also a defensive guru, but I just don't think he has the horses to accomplish what the Cardinals did last week. And I don't think Mac Jones has any pieces or any scheme that's going to get him many points, especially against a speed rusher, coming screaming off the edge towards him. So I'll take Dallas as well here.
Dallas, heck yeah.
Um,
Eight
all it
easy.
takes is a touchdown up. That's all
Yeah,
it takes. That's all I need. That's all I
easy.
want.
Easy,
Easy.
easy. Okay, so another one that could be an easy pick here. We got Arizona at San Francisco. San Francisco -14, and as weird and as silly as it sounds in the league, I'm gonna take San Francisco -14. Okay, Arizona out physicaled Dallas. However, um, San Francisco, that's the game they like to play. Like, okay, you want to get physical? You want to go smash mouth? All right, let's see if you can keep up. I just like San Francisco just looks like a horse. Um, Whatever that means. I hear a lot of people say that. That's some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard. San Francisco just really looks like a four-door sedan here. Um,
Yeah.
Fuel efficient. Um, just
Decent amount of cargo space for when need
decent
it.
amount of
Yeah.
cargo space. But it's also got a V6. So when you need to put the foot on the gas, it really gets out of there. So give me San Francisco here. Even with the injury report, I mean, I know Debo and Ayuk were on some sort of injury thing. Debo with ribs and a groin. Um, I, I just don't know, dude. San Francisco, I think, is just gonna really have some weird shit for Josh Dobbs to look at and see on defense, and he's just gonna be confused. Like if they were playing in Arizona, I'd take the Cardinals, with 14 points, but they're playing at Levi's Stadium, dude. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. The difference here is that here, let me get the injury report out.
Yeah,
Uh,
ball.
Cardinals side doesn't matter. Ledbetter and Woods are out. And Jawan Jennings is doubtful for the 49ers. There's, a few guys with limited participation, but let's see. Debo is questionable. Elijah Mitchell is questionable. Drake Greenlaw and Demetrius Flanagan Fowles are both questionable as well for the 49ers, but that's, they still have many pieces available for the game. I think the big difference here is that last week the Arizona Cardinals were playing. Oh my God, what's the coach's name? He's a clown. He's so uninnovative on offense. He has such poor decision making on offense.
Cliff Kingsbury?
He's making No, what's the coach for the Cowboys? My God,
Oh, his name is fucking Mike.
Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
So you're playing against Mike McCarthy. He's stuck in his ways. He's a stick in the mud. His offensive concepts are, they're not innovative. And then you go against Kyle Shanahan. I mean, guy's gonna get you coming and going. He's gonna get your defensive guys confused with players crossing the formation, and he's gonna be playing east west. The Arizona Cardinals are just not gonna be able to get after it like they did against Mike McCarthy. And I think San Francisco is so overwhelming on the offensive side that it's going to press Dobbs to try to make up ground.
Yeah.
If San Francisco jumps
Force it
out
through
to
the air. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, if they jump out to a 10-0 or a 14-0 lead against the Cardinals, that's say bye-bye. I mean, it's going to be a low scoring affair. It's going to be a lot of interceptions. I know Dobbs has had a 7-year career in the NFL, but that's by being the third QB on most depth charts. So
Mhm.
I'm taking San Francisco here at the -14. I'm taking Arizona continuing. They may put up a spirited effort, but I think they're going to continue their campaign to the number one pick this week.
100%, man. You know, another team that looks like they might as well just go after that number one pick is going to be the New York Jets, who are hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, now Chiefs -8.5. I think it should be more than that. Of course, Taylor Swift's going to be there. That's all the NFL is going to talk about for whatever reason. But I'm hoping we actually get to watch the game this time instead of watching the press box. Give me Kansas City.
Well,
Go ahead.
I know you want to watch the game instead of the press box, but this game is going to be nigh unwatchable. So
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
forward
yeah.
to it.
I mean, Kansas City easy. Jets look like shit. Zach Wilson can't do anything, which is just kind of fucked because you know Garrett Wilson looked like he was primed for a real breakout year here. Um,
Hmm.
it just sucks, man. Like Brees Hall is going to be mad because he's not going to get the ball. Garrett Wilson's going to be mad because he's not getting the ball. Zach Wilson looks like he just doesn't know how to run this offense, man. It makes no sense. It's been installed for 2 years now. You even got to watch it behind Aaron Rodgers, who could give you like pointers and shit, but they look like shit, dude. Like you look at that game last week. I don't even know what we're talking about here, dude. It's Kansas City's gonna roll here. This isn't even a game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm going to skip the injury report because it does not matter. I mean, Kansas City's rolling. Travis Kelsey's going to try to show off for his new girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
The Chicago Bears are, the Jets defense is better, but their offense is about as bad as the Chicago Bears are right now, about as directionless.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Wilson does not look like he has the mechanics nor the mind to survive in this league as anything more than also a third QB. He's going to go the way of Josh Rosen here soon, just kind of disappear into the ether, maybe show up in the merged USFL XFL here in a couple years and have himself a time there. Maybe he'll be a feel good story in 5 years when he comes back to the league and maybe has a Geno Smith kind of thing happen once he gets his head knocked down a bit. But yeah, Kansas City, easy.
Easy. Another easy one for me is going to be Seattle at the New York Giants. Seattle -1. Give me Seattle. The Giants look terrible as well. They came back and beat a terrible Cardinals team, and then got absolutely dog walked on that Thursday night against the San Francisco 49ers. Give me Seattle here, man. I feel like Kenneth Walker III is just going to run the ball all over the place. I feel like I think they still have Drissel, their tight end, I believe. But regardless, I believe in Metcalf and Lockett more than I believe in insert receiver here, Slayton. I guess. I mean, like, New York doesn't
Good
have
old number
anybody.
86, Darius Slayton.
Yeah, dude. Like New York's got nobody. They have nobody.
Yeah.
They continue to have nobody. They signed nobody. They drafted nobody. Saquon's not even going to play, I don't think, or maybe he will. Just run
He's
for.
limited on Friday, but they're obviously not making any determinations for a Monday
I
game at this point.
I don't think he's gonna play, man. It's just like, dude, high ankle sprain. you're a running back. Like that's literally what you do is run. You're not a quarterback. So God, this is gonna be an awful game to watch. Seattle 30, Giants 10. Give me Seattle.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. Maybe Seattle. Maybe Seattle 27, Giants 17. Give them the courtesy of having the perfect football game. But I mean, Seattle's got too many horses. I'll say that their cornerback, it seems like their entire cornerback core did not participate in practice on Friday, but that may have just been a smokescreen. They may just be playing games with the injury report. Yeah, Giants look non-functional. This is a big step back year for some reason. It makes I don't know what it is. There must be like a coach of the year, curse because Matt Nagy won it, and then for the next 3 years he looked completely non-functional as an offensive play caller. Dayball turned it around last year, and we may have given them too much credit for being able to make it to the playoffs. They still had a lot of problems caused by no less than like I believe 7 years of bad drafting under their
Yeah.
previous GM,
I don't
um,
like what are
or
they
their
doing?
previous knucklehead GM. So the New York Giants have a little ways to go before they're competitive. They may not be gunning for a number one overall pick, but they're probably looking at a top 10 pick this year. Um,
100%.
and they should be heavily looking at quarterbacks after Caleb Williams as a replacement for Daniel Jones. He just does not.
Nah, no way.
He's cleaned it up
They
a little
just
bit,
paid
but
him. They just paid him, bro. 4 years, like fucking 48 million a year, some shit like that. Like they're not going to replace him. That would be so dumb. I mean, but we're saying that about the Denver Broncos, who look like they're going to be replacing Russell Wilson, which they should. I don't know, man. Shit's wild, dude.
yeah, 40 million a year for a guy who's
Terrible.
who's looking like who's looking like not a stud. Um, I mean, they could get out of the contract in 2025 and have 22 million in dead cap, which is looking like a better and better option. But yeah, they've locked themselves in for this year and for next year
Mm.
with Daniel Jones.
Stupid.
That's 1 year too long. Like
Yeah, they shouldn't have paid him at all. I don't know what they were thinking.
I don't know either. I don't know either, man. Goofy stuff.
But whatever. Watch him make the playoffs, and then we're like, oh, what the heck, dude? Did Danny Dimes going to the bank, cashing in some cha-ching, like or some stupid shit like that. Hello,
Uh
dog.
huh. Bing
Um,
bang.
whatever. Anyway, let's get to some props, bro.
I need
Props.
props.
Yeah, I need props. I need
Need
lots of props. Shit, man. I don't
need
know,
need
dude.
props.
What would be a good prop here? Give me
Never think about these ahead of time.
nah, hell no, because I always forget about it until we get in here. What's what's the over under on Miami Buffalo? Is it like
That's 53 and a half.
give me the over. Give me the over on
All
Miami
right.
Buffalo.
We're on Miami Buffalo. Oop. Small letters. You don't want that. Don't need no small letters in this. 50. What did I say? 53 and a half?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which
Make
I
that better.
mean, in a divisional game, it should be much lower than that. But I think
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna take it, bro.
We get Kirkland Cousins. He's gonna, this is a loser, but he's gonna exceed 400 passing yards.
Okay, I like that.
Watch, he's gonna get exactly 400. He's gonna think he had a great game, and I'm gonna send a letter to him, very rude, angry letter,
Yeah,
and it's gonna have a rock inside it.
yeah, no doubt, dude. Let them know. It's not how we get down here, Kirkland.
Yeah, watch for JJ to have another, 150, 200 yard week.
Yeah, why not?
Everybody else chip in. Why not? Maybe Cam Akers will go off for like 75 yards.
Be
And
cool.
get him up.
We'll see.
Fun.
I don't know.
We'll see. Wait.
Shit, Boogie. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we head out here?
Great work.
Great work indeed to you, brother.
So I've been talking a lot this week about tap water for some reason. I think because if I'm not mistaken, our mutual friend Terrence talks about how Louisville tap water is the best tap water on the planet Earth. And I just wanted to ask you, where's the best tap water that you like?
The best tap water? Probably here in Colorado so far,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest. I mean, the tap
Yeah,
water, like, it's fucking clean, bro. Like, it's so good. I have Pikes Peak literally right here behind me. A mountain range. Like, this water is really nice. I like
right
Colorado.
out out.
Yeah, I like Colorado Springs water. I think it's really really good. What about you, Boogie?
I got an opportunity to try Louisville tap water a few weeks ago. Pretty good. Not so hard as it is up here in Ohio, but I will agree that Colorado's tap water is the best
So far,
um,
you
so
know,
far.
we haven't been everywhere in the world, so
Yeah, let's go check out Bora Bora and see what kind of tap water they got going on.
okay. Well, I'll bring my iodine tablets and we'll definitely check it out.
Let's do it. Perfect.
So
Well,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know where the best tap water is
Yeah.
by commenting
Yeah,
down
what do you
below.
guys think? Yeah, let's definitely put these things we should
Call to
talk
action.
about an hour and 4 minutes into the video where no one's gonna respond to it. That's fucking funny. Yeah. As always, man, from one to dope bro to another. Y'all enjoy the rest of this beautiful weekend, man. Let's go Bengals, hoo day, and we'll
Who
catch
day?
y'all in the next one. Peace.